Gender equality in China. Although the gender inequality in the context of education has lessened considerably in the last 30 years, the rapid economic growth China experienced during that the time created uneven growth across the region, the country languages barriers and among the minority population, as well as the drastic differences in regional laws governing school attendance contributed to the differing levels of gender equality in education. Photo after performance. In 2010 statement by the UNESCO stated that the China is necessary to articulate a strategy to improve the girls' and women's participation, retention, and achievement in education at all levels, and that education should be seen as the instrument for the improvement of the women. English education. China first in contract with the English language occurred between the Chinese and English traders, and the first missionary schools to teach English were established in the Macau in the 1630s. However, the emphasis of English education only emerged after the 1979 when the Cultural Revolution ended. China adopted the open door policy, and the United States and China established strong diplomatic ties. An estimate of the number of English speakers in China is over 200 million and rising, with the 50 million secondary school children now studying the language in China. Most school children are taught their first English lesson at the age of 10. Despite the early learning of the English, there is a widespread criticism of the teaching and learning of the languages. Schools in China are evaluated and finance based on the test results. This causes teaching to be geared toward the skill tested student, focus on rote memorization as the main learning strategy. These methods, which fit very well with the Chinese way of learning, have been criticized as fundamentally flawed by the Western educationists and linguistics. Furthermore, newly learned words are seldom put into use. These areas This arises because everyone in China communicates through modern or the regional Chinese dialects, and the English is perceived to be the little used in the country. This has been further reinforced through the national band for examination, where 80% of the test is the writing component, 20% is devoted in listening, and speaking is exalted entirely. According to a national survey, only half of the teachers consider that the vocabulary should be learned through conversation or communication. For smaller percentage support activities such as role playing or vocabulary games. According to the research complete by the Telegraph in 2017, less than 1% of the people in China speak English conversationally.